Previously on the witch's binding. The well of Briarwood woke, not with a whisper, but with a hunger older than the town itself.
It spoke through us!
Something was already awake.
Morel sealed what she could, but even her hands shook, for the well remembered more than she ever told. They left it quiet, but quiet does not mean still. At dawn, fear found its voice before truth could speak. A bond meant to shield became a noose for rumor. Loyalties questioned. Wolves growled at witches, and witches guarded the truth with bleeding hands. In the shelter of herbs and firelight, revelation struck harder than storm winds, and bloodlines once buried clawed their way up from beneath the ash. And wolves heard the heartbeat of destiny where they expected only threat. At nightfall, fear and prophecy collided. The town demanded answers, the well demanded truth, and the tether demanded unity.
We test the wards at dusk tomorrow. No mobs, no torches, no talk of omens.
A howl rang out, wrong, crimson-tinged, and Briarwood learned that danger does not wait for councils to end. And beyond the lamp line, something counted breaths that were not its own.
Keys belong in locks.
The witch's binding continues. Dawn rose slowly over Briarwood, hesitant, uncertain. In Morel's cottage, they gathered around a map of dying wards and prepared to hold back the memory of a well that would not sleep.
The well's reach is spreading through the ley lines. Every ward stone hums out of rhythm. If it feeds too long, it'll open what it remembers.
Then we starve it. Cut the lines before it drinks deeper.
Not cut, anchor. Bind the wards to each other instead of the well. A net, not a chain.
In words that don't twist, what does that mean for us?
3 anchors, east, north, south. Bound by spell and blood. If we map them right, we trap the pull under Briarwood instead of letting it spread.
And if you're wrong?
Then it feeds on everything inside the circle.
Hollis enters, rain dripping from his coat, voice low but steady.
Then make it right, before fear does what magic can't.
Morel spreads the map fully. Golden threads connect 3 glowing points. One pulse flickers weakly near the forest edge.
The southern anchor's dead.
Then we start there.
I'll go with her.
Morel looks up, unreadable.
Be quick, both of you. Dawn's mercy fades fast.
At dawn they chose where to stand. 3 anchors, 1 town, and a well that would not sleep. Briarwood stirred uneasy. The bond was no longer just their burden, it was a town's fear.
The bond.
The well.
Which magic?
The well speaks.
Elara overhears, feels guilt. Kaelen notices and steps closer protectively. Fear had a mouth. Today, they gave it a map. Jaden, a young villager, crosses the square carrying timber. He pauses when he spots Elara. A brief smile. Kaelen notices.
Morning, Elara. Heard you've been up all night saving the town again.
Humph. Trying to keep it standing, at least.
Jaden grins. Kalen's jaw tightens. The tether flickers faintly.
3 anchors, the North Ridge, South Bridge, and West Smithy.
Pack divides in 3s.
Add a 4th. Pain needs a path out.
Never seen magic done with math before.
Elara smiles. Kaelen looks away. Jaden waves and heads off.
Friend of yours?
Since we were children. He helped rebuild the apothecary roof after the fire, when everyone else kept their distance.
Kaelen only nods, but the tether hums. her warmth for Jaden echoing through him.
The archive loft's yours. Find what holds before night does.
The bond carried more than magic. It carried what the heart refused to name. Elara moves ahead. Kaelen follows, expression unreadable, tether still faintly lit. They carried more than maps up those stairs. Old feelings, new fractures, and a bond that hummed like a wound refusing to close. The archive loft was over the council hall. Shelves of ledgers, cracked ward mats. Elara spreads parchments. Amara brushes dust aside, revealing a triangle of 3 anchors, one scratched out.
3 feet, child. A stool does not stand on 2.
Then who cut the third?
Old maps fade. Nothing sinister.
Then we restore it.
Morel pauses but says nothing. They drew lines meant to hold, but lines remember hands.
Every time they hid truth, they buried power with it.
Dawn crept over the old mill house, now the pack house. Pale light slipping through broken slats and painting long bars across the floor. Morning should have brought calm. Within its walls, wolves prepared for war the way humans never could, with steel, with instinct, and with the ancient magic they pretended not to carry. 3 anchors, 3 wards, 1 night to hold the darkness back.
3 anchors. Hold until dawn.
Orchard Ridge for me. Don't pair me with her.
You'll go where you're told.
Wolves don't do spells and chants. We aren't witches.
Just because you don't, it doesn't mean you can't. The old magic runs through wolves too. That's what allows you to transform, and we need everyone on this. Each anchor must hold before dusk. If one fails, the others collapse inward.
The old smithy's the weakest. Its stones were never reset after the last flood.
Then I'll take it.
No. You need steady ground for the pack run. You'll take the Mill Creek Bridge. Elara, the smithy is yours.
Separate anchors mean separate wards. The tether
will stretch. If it doesn't, you'll know.
Kaelen meets Elara's eyes. The tether flickers, gold fading to a nervous pulse.
I don't like leaving you near the forge alone.
I won't be alone. Jaden will be there.
Kalen's jaw tightens. A low vibration hums through the tether, unmistakable, emotional, alive.
If the pull hurts.
Briarwood first.
Kaelen to himself low.
Every step away from her feels like the air thins.
Duty drew a line between them. The bond hummed against it, a promise or a warning. Fog-draped orchard at dawn. Rows of apple trees glisten with dew as Amara kneels beside a glowing wardstone at the base of a gnarled tree. Beside her, Rourke steadies a silver-edged rune disc. Their hands hover close, tension thick between them. Mist swirls through shafts of pale gold light. In the distance, a scarecrow stands between rows, its button eyes faintly glinting red.
Gold to root, root to bone.
Bone to ward, ward to home.
Wind gusts, mist stirs, their rhythms slip, power unbalances. Amara steadies the ward with one hand and reaches instinctively to Rourke's chest to anchor him.
Don't touch me.
Then keep your rhythm, wolf.
Their eyes lock. The air hums. Rourke's pupils flare amber, wolf recognition surging. Amara's breath stutters just once before she forces her eyes away.
You think you can order me?
Only if you keep pretending not to feel it.
Silence crackles. Then she turns back to the ward, voice low, measured.
Bone to blood, blood to ground.
Rourke exhales once, jaw tight, and finishes the phrase through his teeth.
Ground to ward, ward to bound.
The ward stone flares gold, energy bursting outward like breath. Wind whips the orchard. A nearby scarecrow's button eyes gleam red, then die. In marrow and muscle, the wolf remembered her. He chose silence instead. They step back. The glow steadies. The anchor holds, but tension doesn't fade.
This place will hold. Can you?
I always do.
Late afternoon light filters through hazy golden air in the ruins of an old forge. Cracked anvils and half-buried iron tools scatter the yard. Elara kneels near a weathered stone well, carving a glowing sigil into the rock with focused precision. Jaden stands beside her, offering a slate and steadying her work with quiet support. A faint golden tether shimmers subtly from Alara's chest toward the distant horizon, where Kaelen's unseen presence hums.
Careful, that stone's older than both of us.
Then maybe it remembers better.
He hands her the slate. Their fingers brush. The tether at her chest hums, faint gold light pulsing outward. She exhales, unaware. Magic doesn't ask permission. It carries what the heart feels, even when the mind does not. Alara's eyes soften. Jaden watches her quietly. Somewhere distant, Kaelen's wolf stirs sharply, a low vibration threading through the tether. He stiffens, a flicker of pain and something deeper threading through the bond. Elara senses it, confusion washing through her. She hesitates, then closes her eyes, focusing inward for the first time. Elara feels Kaelen's reaction, unaware of the cause. She reaches out intentionally, using the mind speak for the first time. Alara's fingers still against the stone, breath catching. Something in the tether tugs gently, an invitation she's never felt before.
Kaelen. Kaelen, are you?
A faint echo of his voice cuts through the link, firm and controlled.
I'm fine.
Elara steadies, continues chant. Anchor flares clean gold and holds. Magic is honest even when hearts aren't. Twilight over a mossy stone bridge spanning a rushing river. Kaelen kneels at the rune-carved center stone. The tether from his chest flickers gold and violet, pulsing with Alara's distant emotion. Two pack members stand guard at opposite ends of the bridge. Mist coils around them as faint red light shimmers under the water.
Feels off tonight. The well's whispering again.
Then we drown it out.
He plants his hand firmly on the rune stone. The ward hum deepens, then wavers. Kaelen flinches sharply, jaw tightening. The tether flickers violet gold, a sudden pulse of emotion not his own.
Ugh. You good?
I'm fine.
He presses harder. The runes flare brighter, masking the tremor in his breath. Kaelen glances up. The golden rope vibrates between stones. He touches it. The tether hums, gold flickers shifting faintly violet. Alara's mind speak reaching him. It wasn't pain that reached him. It was warmth, brief, bright, not meant for him at all. The tether steadies, fading to gold. Kaelen looks toward the horizon, toward where Elara works at the smithy, eyes shadowed.
Elara,
She'd felt his reaction and was reaching out. He responding quickly, cutting off the conversation abruptly, not trusting himself to respond. He grips the stone, the ward flaring brighter, the hum steadies. Magic carries what hearts hide, and his knew too well what hers tried not to. Below, the water ripples crimson before fading back to black. Even across Briarwood's edges, the tether stretched, thin, humming, refusing to break.
Mark this bridge clean. No one crosses till dawn.
He stands, river wind stirring his hair. The anchor flares gold one last time, steady but burning low. As dusk bled into Briarwood, the anchors answered one another, 3 sparks of gold straining to become a single light. Apart, their magic trembled. Together, it found its voice. Across orchard, bridge, and smithy well, power threaded through the ley lines like breath. Each anchor held because the others refused to fall.
Root to stone.
Stone to heart.
Heart to home.
Hold.
Root to stone. Root to
Stone
stone.
to heart.
Heart to
Stone to
home.
heart.
Hold.
Heart to home.
Root to
Hold.
stone. Root to
Stone
stone.
to heart.
Heart to
Stone to
home.
heart.
Hold.
Heart to home.
Root to
Hold.
stone. Root to
Stone
stone.
to heart.
Heart to
Stone to
home.
heart.
Hold.
Heart to home.
Hold.
They stood apart and did not break. Not yet. Toward the dark woods, beyond Briarwood's edge, amid the fog, the dark witch appears, and she is amused.
3 anchors lit, and still the door finds its key.
Her hand turns. Crimson threads coil through the air like smoke. For a moment, each golden line over Briarwood flickers red. Light built its walls. Shadow traced its map. She tilts her head skyward, the glowing web reflected in her eyes as if it were a thing she once owned.
2 keys revealed, the third sleeps still. But love always makes the lock easier to find.
She dissolves into mist. The forest falls silent again. The anchors held, the night listened, and in the dark, something began to count the distance between them. 3 anchors held the light. But maps are promises, and monsters read them too. The air over Briarwood hums faintly from the stabilized wards. 3 golden anchors glow gently in the darkness, a constellation of protection. Then, without warning, a 4th flare ignites east of town, crimson, pulsing like a heartbeat that isn't theirs.
That's not ours.
It's learning.
Elara sprints toward the eastern edge of town. Kaelen joins her. The tether hums violently between them, gold bleeding faint red with interference.
It's mimicking us.
Then we teach it how we end a spell.
They reach the site, a clearing scorched black. Amara and Rourke already there. At the center, a pile of bones, iron shards wired together with runes, the mock anchor. Crimson light throbs from within it like a living thing. Elara stands beside Kaelen. Amara steps opposite them, anchoring with her own circle of ash and salt.
Counterspin the glyph, ground it through the earth, not the bond.
If it fights back,
Then fight harder.
They begin, chants overlapping, their rhythm steady and forceful. The crimson light lashes upward, but the gold tether flares, wrapping the space like veins of sunlight, forcing blood back into the earth.
Glyph to ground, spin undone. Break the pattern,
Stone to bone.
break the pull.
Bone to earth. Hold the line.
As sigils
Hold the
break,
heart.
let truth descend. Earth reclaim what
Glyph to
shadow
ground,
stole.
spin undone. Break the pattern,
Stone to bone.
break the pull.
Bone to earth. Hold the line.
As sigils
Hold
break,
the heart.
let truth descend. Earth reclaim what shadow stole.
Elara stumbles slightly. Kaelen catches her arm. The tether glows steady gold again.
It was copying the anchors. Using bones and iron.
It's practicing. Evolving. Learning our pattern. Next time, it won't need bones.
Kalen's gaze sweeps the trees. The wards hum faintly, one note off key. The map held, but something else had learned its shape. Back at the council hall, Mayor Hollis stands at the head of the table with a rough map marked by glowing ward stones.
hold the grid through dawn. No heroics.
He sets a rough map on the table, stones marking the anchors. Each stone glows faintly gold except for one, blackened chip, the site of the Crimson Mock.
We'll run the perimeter again before sunrise.
North Ridge, Kaelen. South Bridge, Elara. West Orchard, Amara. Morel, you'll coordinate from the hall.
Morel nods slightly, her face unreadable.
You know enough to live. For now.
Morel's voice stays firm, but her eyes flicker with something like regret. Elara looks up sharply. The words land like both a warning and a benediction.
Not much faith for someone giving orders.
Faith's earned. Start by surviving.
A tense silence follows. The tether between Elara and Kaelen glows faintly, golden heartbeats sinking slower now, calm but frayed at the edges.
The wards held tonight, but something was learning them.
Then pray dawn learns faster.
He snuffs one of the torches with his hand. Smoke spirals upward. The others follow, quietly dispersing to their posts. Exhaustion wore many faces. Pride, fear, faith. The night still hummed with magic, and the map still burned beneath it. But for now, Briarwood held its breath. Deep in the woods beyond Briarwood's ward line, the Dark Witch stands cloaked, hand raised, tracing a glowing crimson triangle in the air above Briarwood. 3 red points glow bright, each hovering over the same coordinates as Elara's, Kaelen's, and Amara's anchors. Then, a 4th point flickers to life in the east and abruptly dies, a faint trail of smoke curling upward.
Learn fast, little key.
She lowers her hand. The red lines waver, then fold inward like silk being drawn through a needle's eye. Shadows at the well did not repeat. They refined. Later that night, not far from Morel's cottage, Kaelen and Rourke patrol the northern woods.
This wasn't lightning.
Kaelen crouches near a cluster of disturbed leaves, sniffing the air.
No wolves. No humans. Magic.
Rourke removes a cloth and lifts a charred rune fragment, its edges humming faintly with dying energy.
Someone wanted us to find this.
Kaelen's gaze darkens.
And they want Briarwood scared.
Rourke drops the fragment into a pouch, tying it off tightly. It wasn't meant to destroy, it was meant to warn. Whatever walked Briarwood's edges that night was measuring fear and learning how far the ward and the bond could stretch. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode of The Witch's Binding, coming soon.